Well, hello everyone, Texie88 here and welcome to another retro gaming review. And now I look at Ocean's Commodore 64 port of Chase HQ. Now, as you know, not so long ago I reviewed the absolute masterpiece that is the Sinclair ZX Spectrum version. And given that the Commodore 64 has the SID chip and has the capability of doing some pretty nice, colourful graphics, it'll be interesting to see how this fares. God, I really hope this is going to be an absolute blinder of a game. Oh dear. Well, it's not looking that great thus far. Now, I've said on previous Amstrad CPC reviews that particular platform is notorious for getting more than a few Spectrum ports. And now it seems like for Chase HQ, the Commodore 64 version has been subjected to that same ghastly treatment. I mean, that road is clearly like that of the Spectrum version. The only difference is, whereas in the Spectrum version it ran at a decent frame rate, this is dreadful. And that music's not that great either. I mean, this is a SID chip we're talking about, and it sounds somewhat strained. Oh my goodness, what's going on here? Okay, this is Harsey. And yeah, I know it's Nancy, but those look like H's rather than... I mean, look how blocky that text is. We've got emergency here. Ralph the Idaho Slasher. God, could this go any slower? Is fleeing towards the suburbs. The target's vehicle is a white British sports car over... God, I like the way the cursor goes off the display there. We read loud, clear over. Oh man. Giddy up. That sound! Which shows you what gear you're in the bottom right corner. But look at this dreadful frame rate. Oh, that engine noise. It's got that meter on the right which tells you how far away you are from the perpetrator's vehicle. The white British sports car. Well, I'm hoping that the fact that the Commodore 64 has superior colour capabilities, Spectrum, it'll actually be white this time. Why is the road green? Oh my god, that engine sound is actually starting to give me a headache. And I'm supposedly going at over 260 miles an hour, kilometres per hour, one of the two. It doesn't actually say, but regardless of which one it is, that does not look like it. Oh, what a horrible skidding sound. And it's so choppy that getting around this corner is a nightmare. Now, this has got Spectrum port written all over it, but it's not nearly as fun and it's not nearly as fast. Oh, and the sound effect of you hitting these tumbleweeds, which look more like coconuts, is actually interrupting the engine noise. Ocean, how could you release this? Oh, that horrible sound. I mean, it's even emulating a bit of the Spectrum's colour clash on the horizon there. engine noise is actually flanging at the moment. This is Hussy at Chase HQ. Yeah, I know. If you keep messing around. Oh, shut up. I barely even touched that. Nearly there. Come on, nearly there. Well, this has gone. Now that siren sound, that's the best thing I've heard in this game, all this review. I've just activated a turbo. And it's making that hissing noise. Oh god. This is not a good port at all. If you want a decent 8-bit port, then you really need to check out the 128K Spectrum port. It's way better than this. That sound would... Oh, this is awful. Where... Oh dear God almighty. It's so choppy and jerky and slow. I've got no more nitros after this, so... Oh, dearie me. I'll tell you what, but when I was at school, people kept saying, oh, Spectrum's crap, it's got really blocky graphics. And... Well, I personally think these graphics are a lot blockier than what's on the Spectrum at the best of times. And if they were to show me this to show off their beloved C64s, which can be great machines when used well, I'd give them that. But if they were to show me this and say this is a great game for the Commodore 64, or literally all I'd have to do is show them the Spectrum version, and that would seem to shut them up. Nearly there. Come on, I nearly got you, bugger. Yeah, it's got the flashing lights at the top, and you actually get the light on top of the car, but this is yeah, got him. Oh god, that actually felt like a chore. It wasn't exciting at all. Yours should have an apostrophe in it. You're under arrest on suspicion of first-degree murder. Come on, get on with it. See, even that's slow. Stage 2. This is Harsey at Chase HQ. Can I skip this? Yeah, I can, because I can't be bothered to wait for it to... Oh man, this is a green road again. Colour clash on the horizon. Why is there colour clash? I mean, I know it's been ported from the Spectrum, but it's not a Spectrum. Oh, that horrible engine noise. It's migraine inducing. God, even the sound for hitting those roadwork barriers is pathetic. The Commodore 64 has an amazing sound chip, and it's not been used to its fullest potential at all. In fact, I don't even think it's being used at all. This is... Oh, you don't even get the helicopter in this. In the helicopter, in this stage on the Spectrum version and in the arcade, you would have got a helicopter telling you which way you need to go when the road splits. It just gives you the arrow. Did they not have room for the helicopter? I mean, even the 48K Spectrum conversion had the helicopter in it. Oh dear, tunnel sections are noticeably slower than the rest of it. Ocean, this is a real blight on your CV, or resume as they'd call them in the United States. Why did you foist this on Commodore 64 users back in the day? Ocean quite often released some cracking conversions. Sadly, this is not one of their finest moments. Oh God, I actually don't know what more I can really say about this game. It's just dull and slow and jerky. It's not in the least bit exciting. And it's a Spectrum port. Oh dearie me. Boom, boom. Boom. I'm not actually going to bother using my nitros in this because I don't really want to play this for much longer because it's boring the crap out of me. The Spectrum version, especially the 128K version, absolutely urinates all over this version from a great height. This is just an embarrassment not only to the Commodore 64, but to Ocean in general. Oh dear. Oh, goodness me. I don't know why I don't know why it couldn't have been done from scratch. Why did they just do a Spectrum port? The Commodore 64 is capable of so much better than this. And the lights flashing at the top of the screen there, that's a nice touch. That was in the Spectrum version. Well, the lights themselves look different. So that bit and the lower dashboard section have been done from scratch. It's just the main viewing window and the road and the details that seem to have just been lifted from the Spectrum. And they've made the road a puke green colour for some reason. Oh, this is just drab. I really hope that people who had Commodore 64s didn't get conned into buying this game. Because it's a lame duck compared to the Spectrum version. And I've seen footage of the Amstrad version, and from what I can make out, that version is pretty good, although that one did seem to have an incredibly tight time limit, which left precious little margin for error. something that's not quite such an issue in this version nor the Spectrum version. Oh, this sound. Only the siren sound effect's worth writing home about. The rest of it's crap. Right, time up. No, I don't think I'm going to continue. I think I'm just going to wait it out because I don't really want to play that anymore. It's just no fun. So that's Chase HQ for the Commodore 64. A thoroughly disappointing, unbelievably naff port. And Ocean should really be ashamed of themselves for agreeing to release it. Oh dear me. Graphics. Well, as I said, the top and bottom bits have been done from scratch, but the actual graphics in game are clearly ported from the ZX Spectrum version, and as you can see, they don't make anything like as good a use of the Commodore 64's graphical capabilities. They haven't added any colour to the backgrounds or the road at all, and they easily could have done. I mean, even in the Amstrad version they did, so why not this version? I mean, the sprites have colour added to them, the car sprites and all that, but even they don't look that great, and they look blocky. I mean, you can actually see if you compare the blockiness of the cars compared to the road graphics, you can see a noticeable dip in quality on the cars. Sound pretty poor. Music on the touchscreen is not bad, although I've heard the SID chip do much better quality music than that. And don't even get me started on the in-game sound. It's got a horrible skid sound, and the engine noise is absolutely revolting. Especially when you're going at full pelt and it just does that high-pitched whine that just pierces your eardrums. I mean, literally the only sound effect in the game that's even remotely close to correct is the sound of your car's siren when you catch sight of the vehicle that you need to ram off the road. Everything else about the sound is absolutely cack. Gameplay. Well, as I pointed out, the frame rate is abysmal. It's incredibly slow, jerky, and choppy. It's a far cry from the masterpiece that is the Spectrum version. The controls are sort of okay, but it's so slow, and that it just makes the whole experience inexplicably boring. So I'm going to give Chase HQ for the Commodore 64 3 out of 10. I'm sorry, Ocean, but I just can't believe that the same company that released the masterpiece that is the Spectrum version, which I reviewed not so long ago, had the gumption to foist upon Commodore 64 owners this complete comparative train wreck. So anyway, hope you enjoyed this review. Hope to catch you on another one soon. Texie88 out.